Hello and welcome to Experience Share. It's a Pokemon podcast wherein I, Ampharos, aka Tanner Greenring, and my co-host, Fiala
Swalot. Thanks a lot.
Joshua Fielstead, play through every single Pokemon game, gym by gym, week by week. We are currently in Season 6, playing through Pokemon X and Y, and we are taking on Gym 5 this week.
Already.
Lumiose City and Clermont. I know this season is ripping and a tearing.
Yeah.
Ripping and a tearing, Joshua.
Indeed.
That's the hedonism video.
What? I don't even know what that is.
The hedonism Rick? Hedo Rick, I think they called him.
What?
It's like a dude being interviewed at some like Jamaican getaway club resort, and he's like older middle-aged man being interviewed about why he loves hedonism 2 or whatever it's called.
I see.
And he says like the lovely ladies and the ripping and the tearing, and then he like starts dancing like an old man.
I see that the first result, Googling Hedonism Rick, is a New York Mag article from 2018 that says, "It's crazy that people don't know about Hedo Rick."
Who's it written by?
Brian Feldman, our pal. And then I see that the third result is our other pal, Katie Natopoulos, doxing Hedo Rick in 2013 on BuzzFeed. So
that's
I see.
Everyone check out Hedo Rick. Meme of the week. We are taking on Clermont in Lumiose City. We're back.
Yes.
Coming back to the big city. We've sown our wild oats out in the deserts and out in the mountains.
We have.
We've been training in the mountains, and now we're back to take on the big city. Who should by the way, all be on their fucking hands and knees praising me because I went out there and took care of business at the Kalos power plant.
In that awful fucking the Badlands of Lumiose. To help all these people out who I don't even know and I barely like from the ones I have.
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty confrontational. Have you noticed that there's like these sort of like sullen women all around Lumiose?
Yeah. There's a sullen vibe. I don't know about the specific sullen women that you've encountered.
There's like 3 sullen women all in one of these little plazas who are like in a bad mood and they all want to fight you, and you do a battle with all of them.
Oh, the beauties?
Yeah, I think one of them had like their boyfriend broke up with them or something like that. I can't quite remember what the dialogue was, but it was notably 3 like angry women.
Wow. I did not meet them, and I am realizing I need to spend even more time in Lumiose, which I'm surprised to hear.
Yeah, LoveMaker69 tends to have that effect on women.
I did meet a number of characters, though.
Lots of interesting characters on this route, Joshua. Pretty quick route, huh? As soon as you head south from Coumarine Gym, you go through a little route gate, and you find yourself in the Badlands.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Badlands.
Yeah, the Badlands. Ooh. Before we go there, we get accosted by, isn't that a couple of our friends?
This is where they hit us?
I think so.
Here's a truth about the way I'm playing this game is I essentially save every like 5 steps because I either have to hawkishly watch the walkthrough to see when I'm going to be attacked by one of these clowns, or I just have to engage in the battle and then reset my console and go and get my pan monkeys out of the box.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, Jungle Josh, Drippy Josh, and Hot Josh.
Oh, of course. How could anybody forget?
Still pan monkeys. Haven't become simmies yet.
One day, I'm sure you'll persevere.
Always a pan and never a simmy.
Oh, was not our friends, it's Sycamore's assistants, Cena and Dexio?
Dexio!
They're the ones who, Dexio, tell us that there's a problem with the power plant, but we already know that.
Yeah, we know that. We went through Lumiose earlier in the game, and everyone there is like, oh, did you see all the power's out?
Yeah. They do give us the Mountain Kalos decks.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Sort of like, I know we have coastal, and then we must have like the forest or plains or whatever. I don't really get the designation.
I don't either.
What's the point of that? I guess you can search specifically within each of those, but like you already could just search the entire Pokédex. So
I guess like it's more bite-sized goals if you're interested in catching them all, you know? Like, oh, first fill up your like coastal.
Someone on this podcast was planning to do. Yeah.
Well, he's still planning on it, you know? He got a little sidetracked this week. We're going to talk about it. Bug catchers. Josh and I had fun with Wonder Trade this week.
Yeah, I did a couple of O-Powers as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Hachi-machi.
We got to try out all these gimmicks that we never do. And even though maybe we have to spend about an hour and a half of our afternoon trying to figure out how to get our 3DS to go onto our Verizon
Josh
Fios.
sent me like 9 panicked texts this afternoon. Like, I can't get my Game Boy to connect.
I have 50 tabs open. I watch a bunch of idiots on YouTube, and nobody is answering any of these fucking questions because everything that came out was 2018, and I got a 2020 router in here.
Look, cutting edge of technology. So cutting edge, no one can even troubleshoot it for him, people. This is who you're dealing with.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, they give us the Mountain Pokedex.
Yeah, we get the Mountain Pokedex.
I don't know what you do with it.
I didn't even open the damn thing. I just went into Route 13, the Lumiose Badlands.
You want to talk about the Badlands now, or do you want to talk about the note you had before the Badlands?
I guess I should talk about what I did before that, which is
kept trying to cast you a line.
Well, I did cast a lot of lines, actually, because I was looking for a specific water Pokemon that lives in Selage Bay.
Oh, what water Pokemon?
Skrelp.
Ugh, bad name.
Yeah, and I never really liked it, but back when I was in Seattle, there's this one, I think it's Golden Age Collectibles is what it's called. It's on like the second floor, the basement floor of Pike Place Market. They have a little, whatever those, little like, what the fuck, machines that you put a quarter into and then you get a little orb that has a toy in it.
What's it called?
Capsule machine. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. They got one of those and you put in 50 cents and then you get 2 little Pokemon figures. They're like even smaller than the Octillery that I have. And I got a Mantike and then I got...
I would just spend my entire paycheck there.
Well, I wanted to. I had a 20 and the guy is like, oh, we don't have any cash. And then I was like, okay, well, nobody has $1. So what do we do here? And he was like, okay, I actually have 5 ones and a 5 and a 10. So, and then I've got enough quarters I can give you that. And I was like, fine. So all that I got was enough to get 2. Because they were not doing cash. And then it's like, why do you even have these machines here?
What
you can't
a story.
let me drop $20 into this thing. And then all I get is a Mantike. And then I get this hideous looking one that I couldn't even
terrible, Josh.
figure out what it was.
It's so terrible.
And it's the...
I'm looking at this Pokemon and the Pokemon it turns into, and I am not impressed.
It's not Skrelp, though. It's the evolved form, Dragalge.
Dragalge. That's so hard to say.
I looked it up once I finally figured out what it was, and I was like, that's a Kalosmon, and it's a Poison Dragon type. And like...
Poison Dragon's pretty interesting, actually.
Kind of fun, and I'm trying to like spice up my team, so...
Whoa, look at its special defense. Through the roof.
Its stats are kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's slow, though, Josh. I don't know if you can have a slow boy on your team.
I know, it's very slow. I'm going to try it out.
What are we talking about? We're not talking about the Lumiose Badlands. There's not any Skrelp or
I had to go get that.
There.
I had to go get another Pokemon that I'll talk about. And while I was doing that, I got attacked. Just to follow up on this, I got attacked by another Seviper and Zangoose crew.
Oh, fun.
Because I can't get Zangoose originally, or
right.
in Y. And... originally, I just ran, and this time I wanted to catch the Zangoose, but then the Sevipers all attack it instead of you.
Wait, what?
Because they're like natural predators, like they have a symbiotic relationship where they hunt each other. So I was like, that's like a really clever mechanic, even though they KO'd the Zangoose and then I couldn't catch it.
That's funny. They tempt you with it, and then they snatch it away.
Yeah. And that's the only way that you could theoretically get one in this game.
That happened to me as well this week
with the
Seviper,
the opposite
thing. Is
it all Zangoose, and then did they attack the Seviper?
No. It's the same thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, that's really all I got. I just spent some time doing some catching.
That's fun. I also noted this thing that you also noted, which is every now and then you can see in the landscape behind the Pokemon in Pokemon battles, like a tree with berries on it. And certain moves, like Rock Slide and Air Cutter and Hyper Voice, will knock that stuff out of the trees, and then you can have it after the battle.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's how you get like the rarest berries in the game. I know you're not a berry hunter. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream this season.
That's true. Because you have
I have the
berry
vineyards.
farm too.
Yeah. Well, it's a vineyard.
Sorry, vineyard. Sorry. Yeah. I like that natural object mechanic.
And you're telling me that you can get stones out of it.
Yeah, there are certain areas I read that if you use moves like Hyper Voice and Rock Slide, and I think Air Cutter, you can hit rocks. It's just distinct routes, but I do think some of them are here. I just don't have any of those moves on Route 13. But you can get water, fire, leaf, and thunderstones and like heat rocks, all these other rocks.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty good.
Onward, Joshua, to the Lumiose Badlands, this blasted, hellish plain just outside of Lumiose. You know, the great French desert.
Yeah, it's once again, it's like blowing out this theory out of water, like the one around Nimbasa City that's supposed to be New York.
Oh, right.
And it's like, what are these? You know, why does it have to be a desert? Like, I mean, I guess it's Badlands this time, but like there is nowhere in France in the actual metropole.
Yeah.
Where there's like gusts of dusty wind.
Yeah, just blowing you so hard that you can't even ride your bike.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it happens.
But not directly north of Paris.
Yeah, not just outside of Paris.
Lumiose City. And it's like not as annoying, I guess, as the whatever route that is south of Nimbasa, where there's a permanent sandstorm in battles.
Yeah, the sandstorm sucks. There
is unpredictable wind here. And so it will be like, oh, I'm trying to go west. And then you just move super slowly because there's like whatever, invisible wind pushing you back.
Right.
And then you have to hit the certain fucking skating rails at like this precise angle because some of them have dips in them now.
You have to hit them fast or else you go down the dips and you fall off.
Right. And so if you get the wind, then you can't do that. And you keep going around in circles because you want to get all the fucking items.
Plus, when you're stuck in a headwind and you're just going at like a snail's pace, you see these little dust clouds just like descend on you because all of the wild Pokemon are like diggers here.
Yeah.
So they're underground. And they can catch you very easily when you're going up against the headwind. So it's a pretty annoying area.
I found it quite annoying, and it's ugly.
And you constantly have to go back to the Pokemon Center in Coumarin to heal. So you're going back and forth across the Badlands constantly.
Right, and it's like so wide and unclear how big it is. And like you end up going I did the entire thing, both trying to get into the power plant, but then also trying to get all of the items.
Yeah. There's tons of stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hidden shit, and then there's like charge beam.
The reason we're in the Badlands, Joshua, is we've been told that we need to hunt down a key card to get inside the Kalos power plant.
Yeah, because
it's been taken over by some kind of malicious force.
Striking Kalosians who don't want the retirement age to go up,
That is who has taken over the power plant?
Frequently, but this time it's Team Flare Grunts.
Yes, this time it is Team Flare Grunts.
They're up to no good.
Notably, one pretty inept Team Flare Grunt right outside of the front door of the power plant has lost his pass.
That's right. And he doesn't make it particularly hard for a chivalrous knight who's trying to right the wrongs around the kingdom, such as Joan of Arceus, to find it.
He tells you that it's...
Basically tells you.
He says, I lost it by a big stone. And you take about 2 steps away from him, and there's like a big stone, and I'm like, he doesn't mean that one. That one's just like 2 steps away
Surely
from him.
Not the one directly left.
He must mean one out in the middle of the desert somewhere. But no, it's that one right next to him. You just tap on that stone, and you get his pass. You can go inside the power plant.
Yeah.
The power plant, Joshua.
Not like any other power plant we've ever seen in any Pokemon game.
No. There's no big bird at the top of it.
No.
What other power plants have we seen?
It's not full of debris.
Oh, right, yes. The one underneath...
Mauville City. There's the new Mauville.
Is that Ruby and Sapphire?
I think.
Yeah.
There's the Kanto.
Pretty sure Colosseum or Gale of Darkness had a power plant.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of power plants. There's always a desert and there's always a power plant.
There are usually power plants and there's always a desert, isn't there?
Yep.
This one is the one... I guess it's never super clear, is it? They don't really ever make it clear. They're just like, this is a clean and efficient power plant, and then it's like, why isn't it just like a nuclear power? But it's like,
it might be.
You look at this thing, and it just looks like a bunch of spires, and like...
It's like glowing.
It's sucking up... I think there's something about like, it's absorbing solar or heat energy or something, but it's not like solar panels.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I'm no scientist, but
not an engineer, you know?
I don't know how the hell this thing works.
I let the guys out down in R&D figure that stuff out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't think that these Team Flare grunts are the people I would want to entrust with this contraption.
Oh, no, and they have not been entrusted with it, as is made clear by the first room you enter. You go in and like a couple of Team Flare grunts attack you, and they all have just terrible Pokemon. They're all bad. Like dark type or something along those lines.
They're all dark and poison, yeah.
Dark and poison. And they're all ugly, and one of them has my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the week.
All right, let's hear it.
Swalot, of course.
Oh, classic.
So much to hate. Gulpin's gross.
Sure.
They've got those big puffy lips.
Pouty.
I wouldn't call it pouty. When it evolves into Swalot, it grows little diamond decals for some reason. Mm-hmm. And then it grows this disgusting little mustache that looks like two pieces of spaghetti stuck to its face.
And now in full 3D, it just bounces around. It's so gross. It's oozing everywhere. Beady little eyes.
I'm limited to 2 dimensions, and it was gross for me too.
I don't want any dimension.
Yuck.
That I have to deal with Swalot, to be frank.
Yuck.
Ugh.
This was a disappointingly short dungeon.
Yeah, it was.
I thought this was going to be a real set piece. I thought we were going to be in here for a while.
Before I came out here, after I'd done all that Pokemon hunting over on the west side of Kalos, I was like, oh, right, it's a power plant. I should check it out before I even go try and capture this other Pokemon I wanted. Because I thought maybe there would be some electric types in here.
No, there's no wild Pokemon.
And there aren't even any wild Pokemon. It's just a sterile, diamond-shaped, one floor.
It looks like
level.
A gym almost. Like it's set up like a Pokemon gym.
I mean, it's honestly smaller than some of the gyms that we've encountered already.
Yeah, it's one big room with the generator in the middle, but before you get out there, there's a bathroom that all of the actual employees of the power plant have all been shuffled off into. There's one guy who will overcharge you for a bottle of soda. And I was like, yeah, man, you seem like you're having a bad day.
Oh, you threw him some...
I'll give you $200 for this bottle of
francs.
soda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some francs.
I did not. Although, after you solve the problems here, you can get it for $100. So he gives you a discount after, because they're usually freshwaters are $200. He tries to sell for $300 when he's in dire straits, and then afterward you can take advantage of it.
Yes, yeah.
Which is what I did.
His luck turned around after I rescued him. He was down in a pit, and I climbed down there with him. Yeah. He said, "What are you doing now? We're both down here." And I said, "Yeah, but I've been down here before. I know the way out."
I'll carry you.
You know who said that? Leo McGarry, The West Wing.
Lots of interesting references tonight.
There's a couple of people who will give you cool things like a magnet if you want that to empower your steel type Pokemon or electric type.
Yeah, electric type.
Yeah.
And then you can get Flame Charge, the TM. That's pretty fun.
Don't need it. My Pokemon already learned it naturally. Thanks, though. I'll be throwing that one in the garbage. That's it, honestly. Okay, so then, yes, we're done. We've taken on all of the Team Flare grunts in here, but then you were cutscened into the center of the power plant where this big generator is.
The head honchos are here too.
And Joshua, I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this. I suspect you're not, but these two admins, these two Team Flare admins, have brought the entire syndicate down in my eyes.
Really?
I don't like them.
You don't like their outfits, you don't like their vibe, you don't like their Pokemon. What is it?
I didn't like
all of it?
I'm not talking about Aliana and whoever the other guy is.
It's just an admin, anonymous admin.
I'm talking about the admins. It's like a bald guy and like a woman in like a bad dress.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm pulling it back up.
I just don't like their look. I don't like their Pokemon.
The Team Flare admin's got like a fucking... It's sort of a Pitbull
the
outfit.
Yeah.
Like
they look like Pitbull and Kesha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
Is that right around the same time? Yeah, I think it is.
I think so. 2013. Yeah.
Yell and Timber.
It's going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a downgrade for Team Flare. I agree. I actually agree.
Yeah. Not interested in them.
The grunts look good. The admins, it went to their head and they went too far.
And then we're done.
The only thing after Aliana, how can we not talk about these two mysterious seemingly bisexual superheroes with capes that show up?
Yes. Who are these two?
I should say superheroes with capes who are probably bisexual is the proper order there.
Likely
bisexuals with the cape and everything, who are Cape Crusaders. They show up after you've defeated all of the Team Flare people in the power plant, and I think I took a picture. They're like, oh, we rushed out here as soon as we could make it, and oh, it looks like you already took care of that whole Team Flare problem. So I guess us mysterious people will be off now. And it's like 2 people, one with a blue cape scarf and then one with a red cape scarf. Like, it's flung the wrong way. These fucking people?
Yeah, no. I know who you're talking about. Your character looks like a mess.
Well, she needs a new outfit and she keeps getting denied from that fucking stylish shop in Lumiose, and I don't know where else to go. I need a middle ground. Where do I go shopping?
So those two give us some full restores, and then we're done in the power plant, and we're back out in the Badlands.
Yeah.
So the entire time we were exploring the Badlands, before going into the power plant, there's like one of those like workers in like a high-vis vest and a hard hat who prevents you from going south. He says, I can't let you into Lumiose City until the power plant is restored. So he moves aside, and you can go south, Joshua, into Lumiose City. It really is. This is the route.
Yes.
This is the leg this week, bug catchers. It was quick. It was a little snack.
Yeah.
That's why we decided to play around with Wonder Trade later.
Yeah.
You take one step down into the stairs that take you down into Lumiose City, Joshua, and this absurdly large man.
Like half the screen tall.
Yeah, like bigger than any person has any right to be, right?
No, certainly the biggest person we've ever seen in Pokemon.
But they just treat it like it's nothing. They're like, oh, there's that guy. He's huge. He's incredibly huge. He's been
around
huge.
the whole time.
He's dressed like a hobo. Like he's dressed like a...
But sort of like a bespoke one. Like he had a cool outfit, but he's just been wandering around in the desert or whatever for like 20 years.
And he's weird. He talks to you a little bit. He's got like kind of dark, he's got like sunken in eyes that make him look a little tired.
He's seen some shit. Yeah.
And he talks about eternal life, just like the other guy.
Lysander?
Yeah, Lysander.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're in cahoots.
They must be. Lovers?
Maybe.
Could be.
That's a big slab of beef to...
They're both pretty tall, you know?
That's true.
It'll work out.
So he leaves. He exits as mysteriously as he entered.
Yeah, that's what Lysander said, am I right?
And I assume we'll see him again at some point. He was weird. You know anything about him?
I don't remember anything about what happens with this fucking guy.
What if that's it? What if that's the last we see of him?
The Traveler.
Is that what he's called, the Traveler?
That's what Bulbapedia calls him.
Ugh.
That's it.
Now we're in Lumiose City, and we're on the north side, which was previously blocked off. Now we have access to the entire city at last.
Yeah.
We're sort of whisked towards the center of the town via cutscenes, I think. Is this when this happens? It sort of happens right away when you're in the town, right?
One of our little buds, fucking, Shauna or the other one, any of them.
Serena's not our friend anymore. She's our rival.
Right, she's our enemy. So I think it's Shauna. She forces you as soon as you get into the city to let's go admire the beautiful light show at the Lumiose
Tower.
The Eiffel Tower, whatever the hell it's called. Prism Tower. That's it.
Prism Tower. Yeah.
and you have to go look at it.
Yeah. And it lights up. It's beautiful.
They light it up. The gym leader, Clement lights it up.
He insists that you come in and battle him because
the gym is right in there. Gym. Yeah.
But you're free to wander. Now you have access to the whole town, Joshua. Tell me where you went first.
Jesus. I mean,
after this break. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Joshua.
That was a classic one.
Josh, I do genuinely want to know where you went first in Lumiose City.
Oh, where didn't I go? So Lumiose is the largest city in all of the Pokemon regions.
Ever?
Yeah, still.
No.
Like the most NPCs.
It is a full feeling city.
It is so hard to fucking navigate. With the camera like
so
keeping
bad.
you on street view, and like you have to like hold down
It's a nightmare.
B and then move the joystick in order to actually like change the camera angles. Like it took me so long to get to specific places I was trying to go. Like
every street is also identical. Every alley is identical.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, okay, this is cool. We're moving in the right direction, Pokemon, but like this is not executed well.
Yeah.
This doesn't hold up well, this part.
No.
I was trying to go to Restaurant Le Na first.
Okay.
Because I remembered that they had those
Hitting up your old joint.
double battles with Chef Roger.
Yum.
And then I discovered that, all of these Pokemon are still level 10.
Yeah, they're babies.
So
Tiny little babies.
Not useful.
Well, why didn't you go to the other restaurant?
Didn't know that there was another restaurant.
Restaurant La Ya?
Yeah.
I think it's on Autumnal Avenue.
Oh, so of course Le is better than Le Na.
It's right by the Pokeball place where they sell all the weird Pokeballs.
Well, I don't know where that is either.
Wow.
And I had a map of this town open
I guess
up.
you got like a partial Lumiose experience, but you know, I've been a lot, so I know like the stuff that's off the beaten trail, like the stuff that's not for tourists, you know?
The non-touristy stuff.
Yeah. You know, like Cafe La Ya, where they do triple battles or rotation battles, your choice.
Wow.
Or the cool Pokeball place where you can buy all the weird Pokeballs. There's a berry, like a smoothie place where you can make berry smoothies.
I mean, I just honestly got lost, and like at a certain point, I was like, I have to train my Mon. I have to go. I went back to the Battle Chateau, is what I tried to do.
Cafe La Ya is great. It's $15,000 to dine.
Jesus, what level
but
are
it's
they?
5 battles. I think in the 30s. Let me go to the little section here.
There's a restaurant Le Wow I see as well.
Yeah, I haven't found that one yet.
Yeah, it's fucking impossible.
Restaurant La Ya is 5 battles. The first one is all 31s. They're all 31s.
Okay.
And then you have to do the same thing where it's like, beat me in 3 turns, beat me in 4 turns, beat me in 2 turns. And it's fun. You get a ton of money. You immediately recoup anything you spent. You have to spend $15,000 to join. But as long as you're winning these battles, you're going to make money. And then you also get big mushrooms, which you can sell at the Poke Center.
Oh, and those are better than tiny mushrooms.
Yeah, and they're worth a lot of money.
So this is like the higher class establishment than Le Na.
This is the higher class establishment. Yeah.
Damn.
And it's a good way to level Pokemon too, because you can do triple battles. So you can have 1 like super overpowered Pokemon, and then 2 of these Pokemon you want to train, and like put the lucky egg on one of them. And then the OP front runner can just kind of take out the whole opposite team, and the other 2 can hang back.
That would have been great for me because I happen to be training 2 low-level Pokemon, so
yeah, it would have been perfect.
Really would have used that. Yeah, would have been great.
Yeah, sounds like it would have been really good.
Because I was just scrounging for scraps at all the other places that I went, all the other cafes and restaurants and chateaus.
You just have to know the right people, you know? You have to know the right people. You have to use the right kind of language, you know?
Who did LoveMaker69 have to sleep with to get all these connections?
Who didn't he? The other kind of fun thing here is the Pokeball Boutique, which you missed, but it's got like all the weird Pokeballs, like luxury balls.
I love luxury balls.
Early in the game, someone hands you 5 luxury balls.
Yeah.
And like 3 of my early Pokemon who are still on my team are in luxury balls. And I wish I just had all luxury balls, you know?
They're very cool.
If I could go back and do it all again.
I think my favorite is Premier, though. Do they sell Premier balls?
They do.
Oh, yeah.
200 gold. Premiers are as strong as greats. Is that right?
I think they're just as strong as a Pokeball. But it's like white on the top, white on the bottom, and then just red in the middle.
Right.
I think those are just really slick.
I'm trying to figure out like what the stats are on it, though. I think it might be a little bit better than here. I'm here. A somewhat okay, so a Pokeball has a 1x catch rate, right?
Yeah.
A Premier Ball is a somewhat rare Pokeball with a 1x catch rate.
Okay, yeah.
So you were right.
This just looks cooler. I like luxury a lot, though, as well.
Yeah, I do too. What else? This is a tour of Lumiose by us, your tour guides.
I found myself at the Stone Emporium. Did you make it there?
Yeah. I think we had access to that before.
Oh, well, we haven't talked about it. I thought it was cool. I just like the look of it. It's just a shop that sells a bunch of different stones. It doesn't have that many yet. I think it only had like basic kind of like water, fire, thunder, or leaf at the moment. But then there's some like huckster in there who's trying to get you to buy a Charizardite Y for $1 million.
Well, I've got one of those.
Which I obviously don't have. What the fuck?
So you can have mine if you can't afford his.
You had $1 million?
No. I just got a Charizardite Y. We'll talk about how later.
Okay. Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, Wonder Trade is such a weird experience, bug catchers. Or at least it was for me.
Seems like it was a good experience for one person, and it was a mediocre one for the other.
Did your copy of the game have a ghost?
No.
Was there a ghost, like a ghost girl who kept showing up in various establishments around Lumiose City for you?
No.
Is my cartridge cursed? Is this like a drowning Ben or whatever?
I've never seen some woman, some ghost
There's
woman.
a little girl with dark hair who appeared in, I think, multiple, it may have just been one building, but I thought she appeared in multiple buildings across Lumiose City. And she was like very spooky, and she's a ghost.
Well, what's the deal with that?
Well, I don't know. Now, is it just my game?
Why didn't I see that?
Here, let me look it up. Lumiose
Easter egg.
City.
Lumiose City ghost.
Ghost girl. There she is.
Entering the second floor of a certain building in Lumiose City will cause the music to stop and the lights to flash. Did that happen to you?
Yes.
And then a ghostly girl materializes behind the player and glides toward the bottom of the screen in a frozen walking animation. She will mutter, "No, you're not the one," before floating off screen and disappearing completely.
But then she appears in other parts of the city too, or at least a girl with that same sprite as her.
Interesting. It says, so there are theories, with one hypothesis being that she would only talk to a player with a certain trainer ID. Another was that she was the key to unlock some ultra rare ghost type legendary, which we know isn't true. None of them have been confirmed. So it seems like it's just an Easter egg.
Well, I want to know how I got it and why you didn't and why I saw her multiple times.
I mean,
whatever.
It doesn't say anything about that she only appears once.
Go look for her.
That's cool. I wish I'd gotten that, but you had a way better experience in fucking Lumiose City.
I know.
I thought it was trash.
So you did yours. Now it's my turn to do mine again, right?
Yeah.
The Hotel Richissime.
Oh, I did spend some time there. I'd call it the nouveau Richissime with the kind of riffraff that they let into this fucking place.
Well, and that leads perfectly into my segment, Trainer Danger.
Okay.
Because LoveMaker69 was out there. He was mixing it up. He was trying out some of his new moves and techniques on some of these ladies in the lobby of Hotel Richissime.
Looking for some high-class tram? How do you say it? Trim? Tail?
And one woman is standing next to one of the beautiful, classic Greek pillars in this marble lobby.
It does have a lovely interior.
And she says, "Look at the size of this pillar. It's so thick."
Oh my God.
And she's coming on to me.
You just met?
Yeah. She's probably like peacocking, I think is what it's called.
She's heard about LoveMaker69.
She's using his own techniques on him.
It's like, oh, I hear you got a 6. Would you like a 9?
Anyway, she made me feel unsafe. And she's my Trainer Danger.
I felt unsafe in essentially this entire building.
Who's that handsome gentleman in that all pink suit over there? It's Mr. Bonding.
Yeah, Mr. Bonding and that lady got together right after talking with you, I'm sure.
He's here, and he'll give you some O-power. What was it? Friendship?
Befriending? I think it was befriending power, yeah.
Yeah. I'm into O-powers.
I was too, and I used the speed power a couple of times. I used capturing power.
Yeah.
I liked it. It is useful.
It's a fun little experience.
And it's nice that you could just use it on yourself.
Well, and it gets better the more you use it.
Right.
So that's even better.
So I like Mr. Bonding now.
Yeah, he's cool. And I love his little suit. We haven't talked about his suit. He wears an all pink suit.
He's very proud.
He's loud. He's loud and proud.
I like this guy's attitude.
Anything else in Lumiose, or are you soured on the experience now, and do you just want to go to the gym?
After I went to this hotel, I was soured because there was some guy, I was walking on like the second floor, some guy's just drinking out of a flower vase.
Well, they water their flowers with champagne there.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. That gives a little bit more context, because he was like, oh, you didn't catch me drinking out of this vase.
Oh, it was a very fancy cocktail.
Oh, it's a floral cocktail, actually. We serve them in vases. I would have believed that. God, and then I kept walking. I came up to another corner, and then some woman is letting her Furfrou piss all over the hallway.
Yeah, they do that there. It's fine. I mean, what do you expect? They are going to send their guests outside?
That one of the chambermaids go and take it out.
No, they just tear up the carpet and they put down new carpets. Every day. Every day at 10 p.m., they come in, they tear up all the carpet, and they put down new carpet.
What are you, an investor in Hotel Richissime? A lot of defense.
I'm just trying to explain this lifestyle to you, Joshua.
I see.
You don't get it, you know?
No.
LoveMaker69, he runs in these circles.
This nouveau riche, this is exactly who Joan of Arceus is trying to take down. Crushing all of us, making us eat cake.
You don't like cake all of a sudden?
More of a pie guy.
Anyway, Joshua, the only thing that's left to do is go to take on Clermont in his gym.
Yes, the Prism Tower.
I want to know the team you brought in there, though, Joshua, before we talk about Clermont.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's level check.
Level check.
Already, like, hedging his bets.
Yeah.
You told me that you were busy training 2 new Pokemon, so you didn't have a lot of time to level this one.
And I didn't know about these fancy restaurants that you've been keeping to yourself, where I could have been training this whole time.
I think it would kind of ruin it, you know, if it got out too much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I see what side you're on.
I don't want to, like, ruin the vibe.
You want all the riffraff to come into your 2-star restaurant. Leave us over on the east side with Leinon, Chef Roger, who's a hack, I'm finding, even though I used to like the guy.
Yeah.
Joan of Arceus, who's
on your team,
is bringing her chivalrous band of knights around Kalos to right the wrongs of the nouveau riche, love makers.
Wow. Listen to what you're saying. You're here to
Joan of Arceus is an incel.
Fight the love makers.
Yeah, we're over that now, too.
We make love.
We don't like that now, either. We got Renault, who's Venusaur. And I did the Mega Evolution this week.
Ooh, how's it look?
I like it. It's like more flowers.
While you talk, I'm going to go look it up.
Venusaur is now level 46.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
It's got a whole little, like, jungle on its back. It's like vines.
I think it's really nice.
How come Charizard gets 2?
Because they're always just catering to the fans. Like,
it's not fair.
This is a cop-out. Everybody loves Charizard. Although they gave Mewtwo 2 also. So, you know,
yeah,
I can't be too upset. Because that's really just for me.
All right, who else?
John the Second, who's Delphox. And Delphox is level 46 now.
Still loving it.
I love Delphox.
Yeah.
Then Saint Severe, Pangoro, level 45.
I'm going to say just a quick rest in petals to my Pangoro. Gone but not forgotten.
I think you're forgetting.
I wanted to trade it away.
You did like the worst banishment that you possibly could imagine.
That's probably pretty exciting for someone.
It's potentially a decent one.
Like a Pangoro and it's like late 30s.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Take it.
I'd fucking take it based on what I got. Even already having a Pangoro.
Can't hurt to have 2.
And then Saint Catherine, who is an Aurorus now.
Oh, beautiful.
Level 46. So big.
Yeah, huge. Well, it's like a Brontosaurus.
It's like an elegant, like, mystical Brontosaurus. 8 feet 10 inches on this thing.
Wow.
And it's somehow only 496 pounds. That feels...
It's light.
Very
it's made
light.
Out of paper mache.
Yeah, it feels like it should be heavier than that.
I still have yet to go and cash in my fossil. I should probably go do that.
I know Tyrantrum's better.
Then what?
Than Aurorus, just stats-wise.
Oh, no. Is it better than Haxorus? Because that's who's on my team.
No. Haxorus is like a top-tier, S-tier Pokemon.
Well, I think that's why I've been a little slow on cashing in my jaw fossil.
Yeah. I love Haxorus.
Ooh, I do too.
And then I've got a couple of new ones that I've been working on.
Tell me.
Lahire. How do you say that? Lahire? I don't know how to fucking say that. Lahire.
Yeah.
Helioptile, level 28.
I like it.
Getting enough flack about using Raichu, which was level 40 when I retired Jean-Duc. I'm going to try out a new Mon. Never run this before.
I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool look.
I do too.
You're going to see a Raichu soon.
Yeah, I got to give it a new, these are all new for me, other than Venusaur.
It's not goodbye. It's see you soon.
Yeah, and see you in a much better version of Alolan Raichu. Oh, beautiful.
See you in Alola.
And then we have Saint-Michel? Saint-Michael? Did they just say Michael? Because Michel is its other thing, its own thing. So whatever. Skrelp, level 32. Skrelp.
Yuck.
Evolves at level 48. So that's going to be a long time, and it is leveling very slowly, but I want to see what happens at this point.
Feed it that lucky egg, and then find Cafe La Ya.
Yeah, I got the lucky egg on Helioptile right now, because it was a lower level when I caught it. And I had to catch so many of these fucking to try to get one that had like a decent stat spread and a nature. And because I didn't have time, it's like I can't breed them also. We got to keep moving here.
LoveMaker69.
What's he lovemaking with?
Is here to make love. And he brought 6 boss-ass Pokemon with him. And the first one is secondhand took. Haxorus, level 49.
Jesus.
Rad Pokemon.
Right?
He's got an axe for a head.
Yeah. I feel like you haven't been that keen on it before, but now you're seeing it in action, and now you get it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Makes me feel so cool. Frogger. Greninja, level 51. Still on the team. Still kicking. Great Pokemon. Love him.
Mm-hmm.
Kickjard. Lucario, level 49.
Speaking of still kicking.
Still kicking. Still loving it.
This team is so fucking stacked.
Pontiac, Talonflame, level 51.
Yeah.
Makeout Champ, Go-Goat, level 48. And Dr. Rachel, Doublade,
okay,
level 51. And oh, by the way, Joshua, my whole team has Pokerus.
What the fuck? How did you get... what's happening? You're having like a perfect play.
We'll get into it later, Joshua. First, we have to go take on Clermont in the Lumiose gym.
Clermont?
His gym is so cool.
His gym is cool.
What a fun gym. You play Who's That Pokemon?
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's a game show where you play Who's That Pokemon, and whoever you guess, you go up and like fight the trainer, and then you learn whether you're right or wrong. And then you move on to the next level. So fun.
Right. It's so fun. I got them. I knew I could have gotten them all right, but only by like the second round, I was like, wait a second. I should flub it just so that I can battle all of these people. Because you have to battle them even if you get it right. But if you get it right on the first try, then you miss the other 2.
Honestly,
that you could also battle.
I'm not going to lie to you right now. Never occurred to me. I was just like so focused on winning.
Gunning for first.
Yeah.
It is an electric type gym. It's in the City of Lights, and it's in the Prism Tower in the middle of it. So that makes sense.
Yep.
Clement is some sort of like wacky inventor. He's got the big glasses. He's like a
boy inventor.
He looks like...
Is he a boy?
He looks like that character in Pokemon Gale of Darkness. The little like henchman.
Oh yeah. It does look like that.
Chobin. Everyone's
Pokemon are who you would expect. It's all like Magnetons and Emolgas and Plussies and Amphiroses.
Yeah.
No problem at all if you have, any number of things that can counter electric.
Pretty well evolved, but not too high of levels, 35, 36.
Go got me through.
I didn't even have any ground type moves, but it was still fine. I mean, I was just flinging flamethrowers from Delphox or doing some avalanches from Aurorus.
And then Clermont, the man himself, has
Emolga, Magneton, and Heliolisk, 35, 35, 37.
Yeah.
And before we go too much further, Heliolisk is Joshy's sweetie.
Yeah, I love it. Good. I agree.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I endorse. My name is Tanner Greenring, and I endorse this message.
It's so fun. It's that dinosaur. It's clearly based on that dinosaur in Jurassic Park that
the one that
spits out
Newman in the face,
venom, and goes and in the middle of the storm, in the middle of the night, furls out its big what the hell is
gills,
that?
frill.
It's frills, and then it kills Wayne Knight, aka Newman.
Yep.
But this is a cute version of that.
Yeah,
and I'd say it's more saucy than it is cute.
It shoots lightning.
Yeah, it shoots lightning. So when it uses moves, it will engage its frills and they'll animate with the attack.
Yep.
And I just think that it takes advantage of the new 3D environment in a really cool way. And I like it a lot.
Yep.
And so I'm going to have one of those at some point.
I like Helioptile too.
I like both.
I like both too. I just like the little frilly guy.
But other than this Heliolisk, I didn't have anything to say about Clement's team.
No, neither did I. You beat Clement. He gives you the Zap badge or whatever. I don't know. Thunder badge. Voltage badge.
Voltage badge. They're running out of ways of saying it.
Yeah.
And you get Thunderbolt TM, which is hell
great.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
And then you walk outside and your holo caster goes off and Juniper, what's his name? Sycamore is there. Tells you to come meet him at Lysander's Cafe. So that'll be next time, Joshua. Before we go, though, you and I fucked around and found out on Wonder Trade this week, didn't we?
We finally gave a shot to some of these extra features, yeah.
Because I was using O powers more this week, my screen was frequently on the PSS, the player search system. And as like a tutorial system, every now and then it'll pop up a little alert that's just like, hey, do you want to try Wonder Trade? Just try it.
Yeah, that was happening to me too.
And I was like, sure, I'll try Wonder Trade. And I went and tried it, and like someone sent me like a Wurmple.
Yeah, that's a classic
And I was
one.
like, okay, this experience sucks.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do this again?
I don't wonder no more.
So I did it again, and I was like, well, maybe if I put something a little better in there. And you say that it's just
I think it's hearsay.
Confirmation bias.
I think it's hearsay, yeah.
But I threw in a Heracross, and I got back a well, you'll see. Should I tell them now, or should we just save it for the battle?
I think so. We can just talk about it. You're just I
got a Darkrai, a level 100 Darkrai.
So fucking nuts.
That was holding a Charizardite Y, and
it was holding that also.
Had Pokerus.
That's so stacked. That's your second Wonder Trade. You get that.
Yeah,
the full package.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe Wonder Trade is actually good. And then I sat and did it for like another 2 hours. And got some pretty interesting Pokemon. Keldeo, level 100.
Jesus Christ.
Registeel, level 100. I got a shiny Ditto that's level 100 and has that good like imposter ability where he essentially casts Transform the second the battle starts.
As soon as he comes out. That's a great mon, and that's technically your first shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Snivy. I got a Chikorita that I played with and got it up to a Bayleaf. I got
what? You had time
whatever
to do that too?
The little Zoroark is. Zorora. I was just getting all sorts of fun shit.
That's nuts.
Now I love Wonder Trade.
Did you mention the Registeel too?
Yeah, I got the Registeel.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
So I texted Josh earlier and I was like, hey, let's talk about Wonder Trade, but then let's also just build a team from Wonder Trade.
And you suggested doing the battle after you had all of these?
Yeah.
Most of these? Interesting. And I had never done Wonder Trade at all, which, Bugcatchers, if you don't know what it is, it's literally just gambling.
Yeah.
And if you have extra Pokemon sitting around and a Wi-Fi connection, you could just throw them up there, and then it pairs you with somebody else who's online.
Fire them off into the
Surprisingly, a fair number of people.
Although, we should look this up, because in your notes, you said that you got a German Electrite named Fritzelblitz.
Fritzelblitz.
I suspect that that's what Electrike is called in Germany, because I also got an Electrike called Fritzelblitz.
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah,
I set mine back. So there's a chance that this one Electrike is just popping around the system, and we both got it.
That would be very funny.
And therefore, maybe there's not as many people as we thought.
Well, I noticed that I matched with one person from Japan, and I don't remember what it was, but it was in an English name. But the thing is that, they got a English speaking countries like pairing at some point.
I got a lot of Pokemon who had Japanese and Korean names.
I got a lot of Sandshrews from Germany for some reason.
Tons of Sandshrews.
And I'm trying to remember, they had a... oh, yes. Fritzelblitz is German for electric.
That's cute.
And the Sandshrews were all called Sandan. Sandan, which I guess is also German for Sandshrew. I don't know why there's so many German Sandshrews, and also the German ones get a little German. It's get GER.
Yeah, they say little where they're from.
Right. So that also makes me curious, like, maybe the one that was traded from Japan with the English name, I didn't get a Japanese, like, native Japanese Pokemon, because wouldn't they have a abbreviation for the country,
like JPN or something like that?
Okay, so the only technically foreign ones I got were these German Sandshrews and a Golem. But I noticed, so you just get back a random Pokemon. As far as I can tell, in my own experience, as well as like reading about this a little, I don't think that there's a calculus that's based on what you send.
I don't know.
I think that I got my best one when I was throwing in like a pan monkey that was level like 5, because somebody else had sent me that fucking shit. But I traded with somebody in the US, UK, Brazil, Spain, the Netherlands, France, and I got a Furfrou from the French person.
So stereotypical.
Very on brand, yeah. But I didn't get anything like super rare, but I did get 3 Squirtles for some reason. I got a Charmander, and it has a modest nature with a pretty stacked moveset.
Oh, I should send you this Charizard.
Yeah, and then I don't have to buy it for $1 million. Maybe we do some trading for that. And then I got a Froakie.
Cute.
So I got that as well.
You gonna raise it into a Greninja?
No. We got enough of that.
Yeah, it's fun to get the starters.
The starters were fun, but I did not get anything else notable. I got a fucking Pelipper that's level 25. Like, this is the best team that I could assemble. Pelipper level 25, Kecleon level 25, not level 100. It's a God, Keldeo is a fucking event Pokemon also. I just realized this. I was thinking you said Kecleon. It's a fucking Keldeo.
I did get a lot of Kecleons, too.
The Swords of Justice. You could go do all that shit back in black and white now. You can get its special move and everything. And then I got a Golem that's level 46, the highest level I got. Oddish level 23. Klefki level 34, and Duskull level 30.
Cool.
And I played it for like 45 minutes.
I played long enough to make some pretty offensive, broad generalizations about nations.
Oh, okay. Go on.
But I won't. The one I will say is, if you got like a kid named Kyle from like Grand Rapids, you were definitely getting trash.
Yeah.
If it's someone with a kid's name from the US, it was just going to be like a Wurmple or a Caterpie.
So many Wurmples, Silcoons, fucking Caterpies. I got a Zigzagoon for a Zigzagoon once. We just traded Zigzagoons.
Tons of Zigzagoons. Yeah.
I flooded the market with Skrelps and Helioptiles.
Or whatever the little Meryl's called.
Azumarill. I threw a few of those in because I had caught a few of those when I was thinking about putting that into my team. And then a bunch of fucking just flooded the market with Skrelps and Helioptiles because I had caught a ton of those.
You're trying to pump the numbers?
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers?
Yeah. Let's diversify the market here.
I was intentionally removing trash from the system. If someone sent me a bad Pokemon, I would go and release it.
Wow.
And then send one of my like good Pokemon back in.
And then you got
like fucking Robin Hood.
You were rewarded with these beautiful Pokemon.
I know, I'm telling you. There's correlation there. Someone's got to do the math.
It makes me think something has to be going on. I mean, how could these experiences be so much different?
I don't know.
I mean, you had a little extra time than me, but not like significantly, I think.
Pretty happy with how the experience went, though. Do we want to try to battle?
Let's try to battle, because we should know if we can do it.
Yeah.
Because now that I am on Wi-Fi, because I had to unlock my fucking network was the only way I could figure it out. See if you can battle with level 100s. Also, is it going to let you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of counting on us. So Pokemon Showdown is down tonight, bug catchers.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And I was kind of counting on playing on Pokemon Showdown where it doesn't matter that I'm not strong enough to actually control these Pokemon.
Who is hitting the Pokemon website ecosystem where Bulbapedia is super unreliable right now? Now Pokemon Showdown is down.
It's the experience share effect. You know, we brought this like groundswell of fans into the Pokemon world. And now they're just crashing all these sites.
They're overwhelmed. They need to upgrade all their servers because of us.
Oh, by the way, can I get on my soapbox for a moment?
I love it when you get on your soapbox.
Hey, Pokemon Company, when you're in the boxes, when you're in your PC organizing your boxes, why even bother with deposit Pokemon and withdraw Pokemon when you can just go to organized boxes and just move shit around that way? A lot easier.
Why would we ever have these other options? When are you ever just depositing I mean, I guess you could just deposit occasionally. Like you need to go get one of these free Pokemon or an egg.
It took me till this week to find this.
But withdraw? What?
Yeah.
Oh, I figured,
Just go to organized box and you can do whatever you want.
I only figured that out like 2 weeks ago also. I was like, why would they ever remove this feature? But they call it organized box is confusing compared to just saying like move Pokemon. Like it should just be move.
Yeah.
And get rid of all this other shit.
Which is what it is once you're in organized box.
Honestly, the PC, once you click Cassius's and you're going into the Pokemon one, it should just open to the box screen.
You know what I'm here for.
Skip all this.
Yeah.
Clean up the UI.
All right. I've moved all of my my Wonder Trade Pokemon into my team.
All right, bug catchers, we're going to throw our Wonder Trade Mon at each other, and we'll see you on the other side of my inevitable loss.
Joshua.
Yes.
It was an uphill battle. It was Sisyphusian, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty ugly.
The struggles you went through just to even connect.
I mean, we blew like 15
just for us to
minutes.
Find one another.
I had to make a
crazy
me.
Mixed up world. Yeah, Josh is a like anti-me.
I hate them. They look so stupid.
He has never created a me for himself. So like the game was like, it can't connect you with any friends because you don't have a me. So he had to make a me first. And then we had to add each other's friend codes.
God.
Then we had to find one another in player search system.
I never did any of this shit back when it originally came out.
And then Joshua
so much work.
Didn't put his Wonder Trade Pokemon in his box, so he had to go find a Pokemon
I was
center.
at the Battle Chateau, so I had to go to the daycare, which was nearest by with a computer.
And then
I got my ass handed to me.
You got your ass handed to you. None of my Pokemon died.
No, I couldn't kill a single one.
You got sort of close to killing Ditto.
Yeah.
With your Kecleon.
I mean, my team was so bad.
Yeah.
Even though they were leveled to 50, it did balance everyone out.
It leveled all of our Pokemon to 50.
My Golem I opened with Golem, and my Golem got killed before I could even get a self-destruct in and take somebody out. And then that was like my only defense against like Registeel. And then, I mean, oh my God, they were all so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of them.
I didn't like any of them either.
Pelipper is awful.
I vow this to you now, Joshua. I will not play any Wonder Traded Pokemon in my LoveMaker69 playthrough.
That Ditto with the, what is it? Where it just transforms immediately.
Impersonate or something like that. Imposter.
And then it became Kecleon, and then I threw out a Psybeam, and it threw out a Psybeam, and then we both became Psychic, and then I used Feint Attack, and then I got a super effective one, and it almost died, but then he did Feint Attack on me, and then for some reason, the next turn, you went first with a Slash,
yeah,
and then you killed Kecleon, and then you swapped out, and I just, like, I didn't have any way to deal with Registeel.
Well, you burned him.
I burned him with Duskull.
Will-O-Wisp.
With Will-O-Wisp.
I therefore could not keep him in.
But then you just Thunderbolted me twice with Darkrai, I guess, because you swapped Registeel out.
I don't remember.
You got your classic Zoroark opener.
Oh yeah,
that I forgot again. Bayleaf just body slammed my Oddish to death, who could do literally nothing. Because I had Mega Drain and Sleep Powder, and
which are both ineffective.
Can't do anything, and then it was ugly.
Yeah, I won. It was ugly. This has been
but I like Wonder Trade, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. This has actually been Experience Share. It's a Pokemon podcast, and it's hosted by me, Tamforos, and my co-host, Fjalot.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us this week. Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, and do follow the show everywhere that you follow podcasts, and follow us at EXPSharePod on Twitter and Instagram.
And then go to our subreddit, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers, where you can participate in the weekly level checks, and you can give the chance of battling us with your normal Pokemon, or maybe Wonder Trade Pokemon if you win the Trainer of the Season. And you can also support us by buying some merch.
Yep.
We might even still have that hot new You Make Me Barf t-shirt up there.
Yep.
Selling like hotcakes at expsharemerch.com, or go to the main website, expsharepod.com, where we've got even more content. And that's it.
That's it. Bug catchers Joshua, goodbye.
Smell you later.